What's up guys, it's C-GuL here and welcome to CompuMod. Today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get $1 million a day farm. You can get more if you want to, but I'm going to just show you how to get to the point where you will be starting earning a lot of money in this game, and you can do whatever you want, buy any implements you want, and so on and so forth. First thing you want to do is you want to get to your menu and the settings of this game. We're going to do this by pressing escape first. When you press escape, you will see the briefing menu over here that tells you a lot of stuff, but we want to click on the little arrow at the top right corner here to get to the game settings. Now this has got the time scale, mission frequency, so on and so forth. You can read through this if you want. The only three things we want to change right now is firstly the time scale. We want to bring this down to real time. Because of the equipment we're going to use, they've got daily maintenance fees, and we want to keep that as low as possible while we're working with them. The next one over here is the plant growth. You want to get that to slow for now, and then the plant withering you're going to put on off. Now the reason we're putting plant withering off is when we get to the point where we're earning a lot of money, we're going to put the time scale up to its maximum, which is 120. And if the time scale is that high, when you're planting and seeding, sorry, that's the same thing. When you're seeding and the plants are growing, and then you got to harvest the plants, they die so quickly that you won't have time to actually do some farming while you're trying to gather or trying to earn a lot of money in this game. So real time on the time scale, slow plant growth, not off, and plant withering off. The rest you can leave as it is. We're going to save the game just to be safe. So we've got all the data there. There we go. Going back, and now next step is to get all the money you possibly can, because we're going to need one single implement. I'm going to show you that by going to the shop menu. We're going to do that by pressing P. As you're in the shop menu, you can go all the way to the back, and you will see there is forestry equipment. Now the first thing we're going to need is one of these guys. Select the category, scroll all the way back to the Scorpion King over here. This is the machine that we want. It's going for 317,000, sorry, and that's the amount of money we need to get this going. We can't buy it now, obviously, so let's go out of here, and we're going to sell all of the current tractors, vehicles, implements, everything we have. We're going to sell that, and we're also going to push up the bank loan that we can get, so we have enough money for this machine. All you need to do is press tab until you cycle through to the tractor. I think it's the fifth or the sixth one. There we go. Till you get to this little tractor, which is right by the shop, also right by the bank. I'm going to get out the tractor and do a little run down here on the left side of the building, and right on the corner here is the bank. Now first let's sell all these vehicles. Get into your shop menu by pressing P again, and in the middle at the bottom you'll see the garage button. You can click on that and you will see all your implements. All you need to do now is sell every tractor, every vehicle, other vehicles. Let's see here, we've got some implements and some smaller wagons here. We've got front weights and for the tractors. Just sell every little thing you have. Okay, going back to the shop, and at the top you can see we've got 187,000, which is still not enough for the Scorpion King. So let's get out of here and go talk to the bank. Right here by the bank, press R to go in there, and we're going to borrow at the bottom left here. We're going to borrow as much as we possibly can, and that's going to put us where? There we go. We've got $337,292. That's more than enough to buy the Scorpion. Going to the shop menu and select the forestry equipment category, and we're going to go all the way to the back and buy ourselves a Scorpion King. Now we still have $20,000 left. We're going to use that for something in a little bit. I will explain that to you just now. Coming back around the corner, we'll see there it is, a beautiful black and yellow big machine. only made for cutting trees and making logs. Let me go over a couple of controls for you guys as we get into this machine. Basic forward, backward, obviously, but the turning is kind of weird. It uses a swivel system instead of a normal wheel steering system, so you might want to get used to that if you are working with this machine. Try to aim your tool in the front with the machine itself, not with the swiveling of the head, as you can get confused with that. It just makes it a little more complicated to use multiple ways of doing one simple thing. So use your body to control the vehicle side to side to aim with this, and not the swivel head itself. Two arms on this thing. Primary arm goes up and down, that's all it does, and the secondary arm goes up and down as well, and it can also extend. We're not going to need the extension, so we're not going to use that. Up and down is used with the left click, holding the left click for the primary arm. Secondary arms up and down, holding down the right click. Moving the mouse side to side will increase and decrease the length of the secondary arm. And then you can also rotate the main tool with holding in both left and right click, but we are not going to do that, as we are also just going to use the machine itself, the vehicle itself, for aiming the device to the trees. Okay, I'm just going to drop this a little bit down, and I'm going to turn the lights and go to the lumber camp. Lumber camp, if we check out the map right here, is way at the top left corner there. You'll see lumber camp. That's where we want to be. We want to get there because we don't want to drag the trees. We don't have a transport for the trees or the logs, so we want to plant the trees right there and cut them right there, sell them right there. We don't want to do unnecessary driving around, putting trees all over the place. I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna fast forward through this for you guys, and I will speak to you as soon as I get there. As I'm driving up to the lumber yard, I have to tell you guys this is only doable in easy mode. It cannot be done in hard or normal mode because you cannot get a big enough loan from the bank to afford the Scorpion. The only way to do this in normal or hard mode is to sell everything you can, get the highest loan you can, and placing a solar panel or two, depending on how many you can afford for your difficulty level, and waiting for your money to roll in by pressing Alt and Tab to get out of the game and having it run in the background, and you can go forth and do as you please while you're waiting for your money to roll in. Okay, as we get into the lumberyard here, you will see all kinds of things lumbery. We've got the sawmill over here, we've got some storage units over here, and first thing I want to show you guys is going to be around the right side of the lower buildings over here. As we're coming around the right side, around the corner, you can see there's not enough space here, and that's a problem which I will explain to you guys now. This is where you would sell lumber, the logs or the trees that you are going to cut down. Getting to this tooltip here, it'll say within this marker you can unload any wood you have and sell it. Straight and long pieces get you more money than short and bent ones. That is kind of obvious, and that will be explained to you guys in just a bit. This is a very narrow path. Remember I said we only have this vehicle, we don't have a transport vehicle for wood, so we need to drag the trees with this vehicle into this box, or the logs into this box, and doing that in this little narrow passage here it's kind of difficult. I've tried it a couple of times. Coming around these corners, you tip the vehicle, you lose the trees, and so on and so forth. So we're not going to use this in this map. Bjornholm, I think it's called. Pardon me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. We have a secondary place where we can sell the logs. Now a little bit about the straightened trees that gives you more money than the bent trees. It's kind of obvious. They want to make planks, so you need straight trees, you need long planks and long trees at the same time. So we are gonna get long trees, not unlike the ones at the back there, but I'll get to that in a bit now. Let's see, this tooltip over here will explain it to us. If you want to sell wood, you can simply drop it into the mill pond. And it says again, straight and long pieces get you more money than short and bent ones. Um, for the short and bent ones, getting them to the long ones, this harvester has a setting at which you can cut logs if you have a tree inside the machine. Firstly, we're gonna press I think it's B. Here we go. Let's press B to turn the machine on, and then you will see another option pop up on the top of the screen there saying cutting length, change cut length. It's on 1 meters, the maximum is 8 meters, so we're going to switch that all the way up to 8 meters. As the tooltip said, longer pieces gives us more money. And secondly, we're going to look for the straight pieces, as we've already set this to cut as long as we can. Now the straighter pieces is going to come from trees like the ones at the back there, not like the ones that are on the side of the road here. But we're not going to cut down those ones. Those are small trees. We want big trees, we want big money, and we want it fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our shop menu, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. Now go all the way to the end of your shop menu and you will see a category called placeables. Going into the category and scrolling all the way to the back, you will see a fir tree that sells for $7,000. This fir tree is the longest tree and it's straight all the way. The machine we are using will clear this tree off all the branches, cut it into the 8-meter lengths that we set the machine to, and you will sell this. The logs, the two first logs go for about not 1.5, 10 to 15,000 for the first two, and then they drop from there. But you will get about, let's say, 40 to 50,000 out of one tree. I mean, 40 to 50,000 out of one tree that costs you $7,000 is a major profit. Now, the reason we're going to do this is we want to get to these placeables. The wind energy converter, or a wind turbine electricity generator. These guys generate $4,000 per hour and only cost you $50 maintenance per day. You want to place a bunch of these. I worked it out. If you have no machines running or anything, 41 of these will get you just over $1 million per day. And that is where we want to get to. Using these machines, these wind energy converters, we want to get to $1 million per day. But we're going to have to chop some trees off for this. Let's go to the firs. We're going to click on buy, and it'll put us on the map. There you can see there's the big machine, but we cannot place the trees right here by the pond to give us, faster access to the pond. The closest I've found is right between the railroad and the road here, little house over here. Just spot is where we're going to do the trees. So let's place 2 of them, because this is the only money we've got for them, and this is what I've been talking about. We're going to need that 20,000 for the trees now. I'm going to exit the menu, go out of the shop menu, and I'll start explaining to you the cutting process. Okay, here we have the 2 trees that I just placed here. Now the machine is already almost in line. You want to use the arm, the primary arm. If you look at the very top of the primary arm, it looks like an iron sight on guns, on your weapons. And you can use this to aim the vehicle to the tree. So we're going to do this right now. We're not going to use the head of the vehicle. We're just going to use the vehicle itself to aim at the tree. There we go. And then you want to just roll up and get the claws of this machine right around the trunk, and then push it all the way down as far as you can. As soon as you see the vehicle lift a bit, you're at the bottom, and you might not be able to cut this now. You will see there's no cutting option in the top left corner for it doesn't show you the key to cut with. So all you do is you lift it up a little bit slowly. There we go, and there we go. Now I can cut it. So press X to cut it, and as soon as you cut it, you can push the secondary arm a little bit forward, help it tip a little. Don't lift it up, otherwise you will have a jerk like that. You might have a bigger jerk, it might tip the vehicle, you might crash something. I don't know, the damage is not on the vehicle, but if you tip the vehicle, you're going to have a hard time getting it back up again. We don't want to waste time. So the tree has fallen, and we're going to lift this arm up because we want to get it extended as far as we possibly can from the machine, and then we want to drop the primary arm so we can drag it as low as possible. The lower you drag anything, the less tipping hazard you'll have. Back the machine up towards the dam, make a little U-turn, reverse U-turn, just before the dam's edge. Don't go too close because you can fall in and you can lose your vehicle unless you get some other vehicle to pull it out, but we do not have the money for that right now. So let's go. Let's turn this around. I'm gonna point the log over the water, lift it up a bit so it has time to cut before it falls into the water. Get a little closer here, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna double check. The cutting length is set at 8 meters. We've got a tree, the vehicle is standing still. Let's press X to cut the first one. Here we go. $7,000 tree, first log gets cut, and we've already got 16,500. Second log, another 16.5. Third piece, this one's gonna go down a bit, 13.5. And the fourth piece, 7, 8, a little bit less as well, and the last little bit, and there you have it. We have made 60. We have got a total of 62,000 minus the 6,000 that was left just now, so we've just got over 50,000 out of that one tree that cost us $7,000. I'm gonna go back and do this one more time. Here we go. Use the vehicle itself to aim at the tree. Roll up to it real nice and steady. If in the event that this claw does not line up, just wiggle the vehicle a bit and you'll see. Here we go. It's lined up. It's in. Push it down again slowly till the vehicle lifts. The vehicle has lifted, and now we do have the cutting option, so we can cut this one really low. I'm gonna cut it off, help it fall by lifting the arm up, the secondary arm. There we go. That was a nice fall, no jerking on the vehicle. I'm gonna lift the arm up, drop it down again, and we're gonna drag it. Just be careful to not have the arm too low when you're going over the water, because you can sell the entire tree. You will only get about 20 to 25,000 out of this tree. You don't want to do that. Like I said before, you don't want to waste time, you don't want to waste money, and yeah, just keep the arm high whenever you're nearing the water. Don't do it too high while you're still moving, otherwise you might tip, and you can lose your vehicle into the water, and you're gonna have quite a hard time getting the vehicle flipped back up again. Let's do this. Cut it again. 1, 2, come on, next one, 3, and 4. Last little bit. Clean, and it's in. And that is about it. Now that we've got quite a bit more money, we can place some more trees, and we can keep on cutting. Gonna go through the placing of the trees with you guys real fast again. You go into the shop menu, pressing P. At the end of the menu, you're gonna click placeables, select your category, select the fur again, buy, and it'll take you to the map. And here on our little planting spot, we're gonna just place the trees again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can even just go a little bit to the side, place a couple of them over here, and I don't have enough money for another one, but that should be enough for now. We're back to 6,685, but that's no problem because all these trees are going to bring us quite a bit of money. And that's about it. That's all you do. Keep on placing trees, cutting trees, placing trees, cutting trees. And remember, our goal is to get to 1.2 million for the wind turbine, the energy or wind energy generator. I'm gonna fast forward or a little bit of a time lapse for you guys through all this as I'm doing it. You can click on the screen. There will be a button up there in the corner to skip to where I am done with getting the 1.2 million to build the turbine, and after this I will explain to you guys exactly what you need to do after this with the wind turbines. I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Okay guys, as I am bringing in this very last log, which should put us at 1.2 million, we are almost done with the money to get our very first wind turbine, the electrical generator, wind energy collector, or what it's called, I can't remember right now. I've been chopping logs for about 40 minutes now. I have timed this, but my timer kind of whacked out on me. It's been about 40 minutes, so yeah, we have gone just under an hour. We're gonna cut the last tree here so we can get the money for our turbine. There we go, 1.2 million. We are set to buy it. I'm just gonna finish this one. I'm gonna place one of them, and then we're gonna see how that works out. There we go. Okay, let's just get this thing a little bit away from this. I hope you guys didn't skip past the actual work phase, because there was a couple of hiccups. I nearly flipped the machine twice because of a tree getting stuck at the when it falls. It gets stuck by the train tunnel at the top there. I don't know what exactly gets stuck on, but I know it gets stuck there. I nearly flipped this vehicle twice, as I just said. Kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway, let's go to the buy menu and see where we're gonna place our first wind turbine. As I said previously, guys, on the placeables category from the shop menu, you just select that. We can go back from the first that I have placed and select the wind energy converter. Buy one of these, and we're not gonna put it right here where we're trying to work. We're gonna put it nice and scenic somewhere, not there. Let's see. I'm gonna put it right by the river, maybe. Yes, let's put it right there. Let's rotate this a bit so we can have the stairs look a little more real into the ground there. That's nice. Place it, and there we go. We still have $49,000 left, and the only thing to do now is wait for this money to come in. There's a couple of things we have to change before we can have it coming in good. Let's get out of this buy menu, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, from here on out, you can do one or two things. You can either keep on working, get those logs in, get more money, get more of these wind turbines placed, and so up your hourly income, or you can just finish the trees or leave the trees as they are, sell the vehicle so you don't have any expenses, because I just have to check real quick. So you can sell the machine. You don't have to sell the machine. You can keep on working, or you can just alt and tab out of the game and wait, which would be exactly what this video is called. It's a $1 million a day farm in with less than an hour's work. So sell the machine, and alt and tab out of your game, play something else, watch some movies or whatever, and just check back every now and then when you've got enough money to place your next turbine. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy the map you're playing on right now with all your new money. Now you can go and do whatever you want, because you've got enough money to do it. You don't have to worry to do anything anymore. Guys, thank you very much for watching once again. Please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.